I do not believe the Democrats can win in 2020, and I doubt they'd be able to win in 2024. Now, 2024 is it's quite some time away. It's far from now. Things could change. But based on how things have gone with Mr. Northam over here, I think it's fair to say everyone's abandoned him. Republicans and Democrats are both telling him GTFO. He has no support. But think about this. I tweeted about this. We'll read this story in a second. Big name Democrats calling Northam to resign following racist yearbook photo controversy. We got everybody. We're going to go through this list. Ian Bremmer tweeted, if Trump can be president, Northam can be governor. And this is something I've talked about quite a bit. This is exactly why I've been saying Democrats are in serious trouble. Republicans, Trump supporters, they don't care that Trump says crude and inappropriate things. Democrats bend over backwards to signal how woke they are. They will annihilate each other in the 2020 primaries. A lot of people agree with me. Even Democrats seem to agree for one reason. The Democrats' perspective is that Trump is orange Hitler, he's a Nazi, and the Republicans are all Nazis and they don't care. Sure, regardless of what you think about Trump, whether you think what he says is overtly racist or he's white supremacist isn't the point. The point is you agree. Republicans and Trump's base will just support him through all of that. Now, obviously, Trump supporters and Republicans do not believe Trump is racist and argue against that idea, but still don't care when Trump says something crude or inappropriate. When Trump said, grab him by the pussy, you had the left wiggling their arms in the air, freaking out. But guess what? Didn't matter. It didn't. Because those people wouldn't vote for Trump anyway. Trump's supporters, you know what they did? Laughed, agreed, pointed out that Trump was referring to how they let you do it, so it's in effect consensual. That's their argument. And there were women wearing shirts that said, grab me, president, okay? I gotta say, if Trump's supporters will laugh about the things he says and even make shirts based off of the things he says that are considered offensive by the left, do you think they'll abandon the president? No, they won't. Now, it's possible independents may be like, ooh, I don't want to have anything to do with that. But ultimately, I think what happens with the centrists and the independents is that they also don't care about things said by the president that could be offensive. They care about effective policy. Centrists, independents, and people who don't know what's going on aren't going to care. They're going to say, the economy doing well? That's the number one issue in the country. It is. What was the job growth for January? 304,000. They anticipated 180. Almost double. Yeah, you're going to get independents being like, things are pretty good. You know, I don't care if the president's an asshole. I like the fact the economy is doing really well. The left are the ones who freak out and wiggle their arms in the air, shrieking and running in circles whenever someone says the naughty words or does a naughty picture, right? So let's take a look at Mr. Northam here. And there's another issue, too, that I want to talk about. It's that the media wants to eat everybody. The media is a vicious, desperate, they're zombies. Let's put it this way. Desperate, these media companies want clicks, they need clicks, and they need anything to get them these clicks. So when the story about Northam and this racist photo came out, they're ravenous, foaming at the mouth, charged in and started ripping at the corpse of the story. See, the thing is, they're going to publish any and everything. Anything, please give us some juicy, salacious information, and they will annihilate Democrats going into 2020. Everyone picked up this story, and they ran with it. Oh, and boy, did they love to. And CNN actually called this guy a Republican. They put an R next to his name. Can you believe that? Yeah, of course you can. Come on, CNN. Daily Caller. So, several big-name Democratic politicians are calling on Democratic Virginia Governor Ralph Northam to resign. I'm sure most of you are aware of this by now. Dude Northam gives a press conference where he goes, I do not believe that's me in the photograph. I'm sure it's not. But I did actually do this anyway. Like, Northam, for some reason, believed he should go on TV, claim that's not him in the photograph, but then admit to wearing blackface anyway. Oh my God. So, you know, a lot of people don't know whether he was the blackface guy or the KKK guy, but I just gotta say, why he thought admitting to actually engaging, putting on shoe polish on his face was going to better his situation, I have no idea. But I'll tell you what, he's refusing to step down, and everybody hates him. The Republicans have no problem saying get rid of him. He's a Democrat. But remember, Roy Moore was accused of some pretty nasty stuff, and there were a lot of Republicans saying stop supporting this guy, just stop. He's lost the PR battle, right? So it does happen on the Republican side where they'll call it their people. But when it comes to Trump, doing something. Actually, I'll point this out too. There are meme photos going around of like Trump in the 80s, like shaking hands with civil rights leaders, and they juxtapose it to this image from Northam, who's a Democrat. Gotta say. So we got Elizabeth Warren. All right, let's lay some criticism out for these politicians. Warren said these racist images are deeply disturbing. Hatred and discrimination have no place in our country and must not be tolerated, especially from our leaders, Republican or Democrat. Northam must resign. You know, I was reticent to actually say anything about it because I'm like, man, it's up to the people of Virginia to decide. Okay, I'm not saying they should or shouldn't. I'm saying I'm not gonna put my opinion out there. When this is going on, I said because I don't live in Virginia, and they need to figure out what is good leadership for them. And I don't like celebrities weighing in from all over the country on local elections or more local or regional. I'll say this now though. Based on the widespread, condemnation of what's happened, he should probably just get out. Because refusing to resign in the face of basically everybody being like, come on, man, it's done. Everyone in the Democratic Party, for the most part, it's like, dude, the NAACP, Planned Parenthood, everybody's like, dude, you're done. You should probably just bow out. But now he's really done. He's refusing to resign. This isn't going to go away. He's going to be like, it's going to be a crisis there. But everyone liked to mock Elizabeth Warren for the Pocahontas thing. It's like, oh, you want to make fun of him, but you're the one who claimed you were Native American. Cory Booker says Northam's it's eroded confidence in an ability to lead. He should resign. Gillibrand, he should resign. Tulsi Gabbard, I know what it's like to face racial discrimination and hatred. I also know what it's like to face past mistakes and ask for forgiveness. We need to leave room for each other to evolve away from hatred and bigotry. We also need to take firm responsibility for our actions and the pain caused and make amends. If Governor Ralph Northam cannot win back the trust of his constituents, he must resign. I actually really like Tulsi's statement on here that it's up to his constituents. And if he can't, then he should resign. I agree. I defer to the people of the great state of Virginia, or the Commonwealth of Virginia. It's up to you guys. So she then points out Steve King, and we got Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez calling for him to resign. But there's one other thing I really want to quickly bring up too, the media angle of things, about how they're going to be destroyed. And you can see I've got new knowledge highlighted here, which I'll bring up in just a second. This is all really, really important stuff. I'm not going to read through this article, but I want to highlight what this is. Russia's propaganda machine discovers 2020 Democratic candidate Tulsi Gabbard. Experts who track websites and social media linked to Russia have seen stirrings of a possible campaign of support for Hawaii Democrat Tulsi Gabbard. This is fake news. Let me clarify. I believe it is extremely likely this story is absolutely fake, without any credibility, and this is what we can expect to see coming into 2020. The media wants the salacious nonsense, the ridiculously absurd Gabbard being supported by Russian propaganda. Where have we heard that before? I'll tell you, and that's why I had new knowledge pulled up. So, I believe, I don't want to make any definitive statements of fact right now because of the power of many of these groups, but an organization called New Knowledge is alleging, there we go. They say, within a few days of Gabbard announcing her presidential bid, Disinfo 2018, part of the cybersecurity firm New Knowledge, found that 3 of the top 15 URLs shared by the 800 social media accounts affiliated with known and suspected Russian propaganda operations directed at the U.S. were about Gabbard. Analysts at New Knowledge, the company the Senate Intelligence Committee used to track Russian activities in the 2016 election, told NBC News they spotted chatter related to Gabbard. Here we go. Here's a smear campaign. I believe New Knowledge to be the organization that engaged in a false flag experiment in Alabama. What we know now, as reported by the New York Times, is that Democrat operatives, using fake accounts that looked like Russians, mass followed Roy Moore's campaign or something having to do with Roy Moore to make it seem like Russians were propping him up, and the national media fell for it. So let's wrap this up. Operatives on behalf of Democrats engaged in a false flag campaign to smear Republicans at a national level, and the media bought it and published fake news, and the Republicans couldn't find a yearbook. So here's the thing. With these organizations willing to claim to be experts, with these news organizations just wanting to run whatever crazy nonsense they can, even if they think it's not true, do you think the Democrats are going to survive, any one of them? You are going to have the vultures. They literally call these people vultures. And some of these people call themselves vultures. Why? They will pick at the bones of whatever they can get to drag everyone through the mud. Trump is facing something like 90% negative stories. Why? It gets clicks. It's called the Trump bump. Everyone knows about it. But as more and more politicians, we see Gabbard immediately getting accused of, being embraced by Russians or whatever. What do you think's going to happen with everybody else? Elizabeth Warren, she's going to get knocked out so quick because of that Pocahontas stuff. Cory Booker's going to be mocked as Spartacus over and over again because it'll get traffic. It will get traffic. I think they're going to prop up Kamala Harris. They're going to look for whatever story gets the most clicks. Ragging on Kamala Harris probably won't fly. I think she's going to be the Democratic nominee. I don't like saying Democratic because I'm confused as to what the name of the party is. It's like they say Democrat or Democratic. But anyway, the point is, the media is going to rip these people apart. And every single thing they've ever done will be scrutinized. They wrote stories about, what was it, Mnuchin, I think it was? They wrote about one of the Trump administration dudes from the 3rd grade. He ate glue in the 3rd grade. Are you, so what? I don't care. They pulled up high school. Now, the thing with Northam, that was college. It's like, dude was like 24 or something. You're an adult man. What are you doing? But I'll tell you what. Final point, main point. The Democrats are going to they want to virtue signal. They want to shout from the high heavens how woke they are. And that means as soon as one teeny little bit of negative press pops up, they're going to stand up on the top of their ivory tower high horse and say, I am so much better than they are. Oof, they should be resigned. They should drop out of the race. And it's going to be wild. This is going to get crazy. If you thought the Northam thing was wild, was nuts, just wait till things start lighting up for Democrat primary 2020. This is going to be a hell of a wild time. So get ready for that. Stick around. I'll have another video up on my main channel, youtube.com/timcast at 4 p.m. I'll see you then.